everybody out there in the land of make-believe. This is the holier-than-hell Reverend Bark Me Laughing Wolf, submortal cheerleader to the apocalypse, and diabolical minion of good. And today I would like to share my rider philosophy. I like to call myself an e-rider because I ride an e-bike. That's cute, because it's easy. I'm an e-rider. I made that up. Anyway, it's not my philosophy, just a little thing. My philosophies I use, my philosophies are rules that I set for myself to make sure that I don't die out there on the road. Like if this happens, then always do this, because that way you'll never die. And so I will never die. One of my philosophies to keep from dying, and I'm going to share two with you today. This one is kind of a gimme, but I don't know if everybody knows it. So if you got a vehicle, a vehicle called, boom, here's your vehicle. This is what I'm using, visual aids. This is me. This is a vehicle, right? These are the tires, right? This is the driver, This is me, I'm on my bicycle, okay. So you've got a vehicle, either you're pacing it, it's pacing you, or it's at a stop and you're coming up on it. The point being that you want to stay behind the rear wheel when you come to a stop. You come to stop back here. Sometimes you got to get up next to a car. I don't like being right behind a car. If I come to a stop behind a car, then somebody who doesn't see can smash me up into the car. So I'm always over to one side or the other, depending on which way I'm going. So, okay, you sum up onto your vehicle, whether you're traveling together, whether they're coming up behind you. Here's specifically, I've had this situation where vehicles have come up behind me, and we're traveling together, and they come up and they don't see you, they don't see me, and then they make the turn and I get killed. So if I see a vehicle here and I immediately start to drop back because I want to stay behind their rear wheel. And why is that? I want to stay behind the rear wheel because if they do turn, I will hit them, right? Oh, I'm going to run into them, but I'm not going to go under their tires, right? I'm gonna hit them and I'll bounce off and then I'll be in the street behind. But if you come up past this tire, you have the potential to go under it if there's a accident. So whenever I come up on a vehicle, or if we're traveling together, I drop behind. Or if we're pacing, I make sure to pace where I'm not gonna get run over by this rear tire. I know I should probably stay all the way behind it, but sometimes it's just, you just can't do it. Sometimes you can't do it. I just got to get over on one side or the other and to stay out of the way from this other guys, right? So that's my first philosophy, and I use it all the time, and it has saved me on many occasions. And I've got a video you may have seen about a hit and run, and you'll see that's exactly what I did. I was riding along, I look over, I see this lady's right next to me, she's coming in, and I drop behind, and she took me out, but I didn't go under because I stayed behind her. I dropped behind her rear tire. And I've done that on many occasions where somebody gets up on me, I drop behind the rear tire, and they turn without the turn signal. So I'm just saying, something to keep in mind. I wouldn't discourage you from taking my advice. Secondarily, and most importantly, why I actually wanted to make this video is I have another philosophy, and that is, no, you go. And what I mean by that is that sometimes I come to let's say I have a stop. This happens all the time. I have a stop sign. So stop sign says stop. Don't go nowhere. It is not your turn. Nobody else has a sign, right? Then you get these guys, they come up and they're like, oh, look, I'm going to be nice. And hey, you go. And I say, no, I'm not going to go. I've got a stop sign here. You go, just go, right? And now, there's people behind them. They don't see me. They could be going around. I go, and then somebody goes around them and runs me over. So I never go. I say, no, you go. And they say, no, you go. And I say, no. Then I put my hands up in the air. And I say, no, you go. And I turn my wheel so that I can't go in any direction. If they say, no, you go, then I put my kickstand down and I get off my bike and I point at them and I say, you need to go where you're going, because I ain't going to go nowhere. This has happened where I've had to throw my hands up in the air and say, no, you go. You need to go, because I'm not going to, let me tell you what, I don't want to be in front of your car. I'm not going as fast as you. Right? If I had the opportunity to let other cars get in front of me, I'd do it. Because someone like that, once you get in front of them, they're going to pace you. right? They're going to pace you. They're going to be like, oh, I don't want to pass that guy. I don't. Just go. Just go. Go. Do your thing. I'll figure out my thing. Just do your thing right. Right? So you get these good Samaritans that try to stop for you and, oh, look, hey, let's make this. No, you're not doing me any good. Just keep doing what you're supposed to do. I'll weed myself in where I need to be. But, yeah, I don't get in front of cars. Another thing, at here's a bonus philosophy. If I'm at an intersection, I come to an intersection, I'm on the right here, I keep an eye out behind me to see if there's other cars that want to make a right. And if there are other cars that want to make a right, I get out of the way. I either go on the inside or the outside, but I get out of the way so people can make the free rights. I don't want to be an obstacle in the road, and I don't want to upset people who can go, and the only thing they can stop in him is a big goofy kid on his giant toy. Okay, so my 3 philosophies today, and the most important one is always stay behind the rear wheel. Never, if you need to pass another car, unless you know what they're doing, man, don't go past that rear wheel. Pace them, stop, whatever. You don't need to be in front of other cars, because guess what? They're going to go faster than you every time. Unless you're stuck in traffic. If they're stuck in traffic, screw them. You got to do what you got to do. I've got lines of miles, but I got a bike lane there. So, but the point being, watch out. Watch out. Cars are big. Cars are fast. Cars can go faster than you. Let them go faster than you. There's no reason why you need to be getting in front of them. And those are my 2 philosophies and my bonus philosophy today. So I hope you enjoyed the video. And ride safe. Be seen.